What is going on, Adam before Eve? Man, I'm back with another episode of the Job Corps series, right? We gotta finish book one. I bet y'all is mad at me, man. Y'all like, man, nigga, you disappeared for like 5 months since the last episode. You tripping. I apologize, man. Some very serious stuff, life-altering stuff that happened to me that I handled, and I'm, dealing with still to this day. It's gonna forever, be with me. But this is my reality, and we pushing forward the best way we can. Love you, baby sister, and I'm gonna just leave that at that. But without further ado, guys, let's get into it. I don't think I'm going by numbers on this. I think the last episode was Angel Eyes, the Scripper. We just called this one season 2 pilot. And the previous one was season 1. This season 2 pilot. All right, guys, another episode. I got through dating Renee, and I want to say for the next few months after that, of course, she ended up dating Chirac and all that. In the next few months after that, I was really still just kind of like getting into how the center operates. I was still kind of like, learning the ins and outs of Job Corps, how this shit operate. Me and Marcus started talking about taking advantage of off-center passes and stuff, because outside of pool, guys, I didn't expect to make no friends or anything. But like I said, man, when it get to a point where you playing pool and you interacting with people long enough, man, eventually you're gonna start gravitating towards friendships and stuff with them, dog. And me and Marcus, you feel what I'm saying, this dude was a Giga Chad. If I had to rate myself, I was a Chad Light. There's definitely not no damn Chad Light now, but back then I was a Chad Light. Probably can be if I get in shape, which I'm trying to do. But back then I was a Chad Light. This dude was a Giga Chad. He was getting women effort. He didn't even want to be a ladies' man or anything. He was like I just want to find me a pretty, classy, boozy girlfriend and settle down. But indirectly, women chose him to be on Demon Time just because the nigga had it like that. And that would really, y'all know me, I'm at it before. Y'all love the fuck out of women, And that would kind of made me and Marcus, no. It was that. He played pool. And the third thing that made me and this Giga Chad like really become the best of friends. Like, we started not only becoming cool, but more or less start forming a best friend type of thing, is where I knew how to dance. I knew how to, I wouldn't even call it dancing, but I knew how to jig. I knew how to jig real good. I was always a jigger coming up in high school. And if you're not from the South, basically what jigging is, if you know the Instagram infamous person called Dan Rue, the guy who be, bouncing on his toes and stuff and be doing all these, funny looking dances real good, that is actually a trend in the South. And that dance that he do is just one of the numerous jigs that got popular and hit mainstream. Another jig is Nene. Another jig is hit them people, or hit them folks, as the ATLians would call it. I know how to do that real good coming up in high school. I was always like a good choreographer type of guy. Anybody that truly knew me knew that Keem knew how to dance his ass off. And that was just something that was kind of taboo about myself, although I was a very serious guy, or came off like I was from the military or something. I knew how to dance real good. But I want to say Marcus caught me jigging a few days, because sometimes, like I say, we shit get so damn boring around center. Niggas are just fucking cut on the speaker in JC and just start fucking dancing, my nigga. Like, whether it's hoes twerking or just niggas standing around, go ahead and, you know, turn on some Migos, and niggas start having a whole dance session of hit them people, nay, whatever jigging dance you want to do. If you know how to do it, niggas will do anything to have fun at Job Corps, because shit get extremely boring. You know what I'm saying? They only have like dances and shit like once every 2-3 months type shit. So, you know, you'll definitely have to come up with your own fun when it comes to the JC shit. But yeah, Marcus caught me jigging one day, and he started jigging. I thought he was just like most pretty boys or Giga Chad type niggas. They usually be too kind of like cool for shit like that. But when I seen Marcus wasn't only a best friend when it came to the pool, or we didn't only have that in common. When I seen this nigga knew how to jig, and he was actually into the shit, that's when we kind of became tight. He came to me like, oh, bro, you know how to jig, you know how to dance and shit too? Like, yeah, man, hey, damn, bro, we gotta set some stuff up. You know, Albany State be having a lot of kickbacks and parties and shit. We gotta kind of go get lit and shit like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm down, bro. And that would make me and Marcus in the future start looking into like Albany State and off center stuff going in the future. But I mean, I'm not gonna skip too far ahead. That's episodes on top of episodes ahead. We're gonna get into Albany State and its series of episodes. But for right now, me and Marcus in general started to strengthen our pool player menship, or whatever you want to call it, and actually became the best of pals. I got moved to the OG dorms, and I lost Rondo as a roommate. Rondo, as I told you guys, was my best friend. I say my most dearest friend, and I still to this day regret that I don't know that man's number. I didn't really get his Facebook stuff. I think I did, but I ended up getting that Facebook account taken, and we kind of fell out of contact. And I don't remember his real name. You know, I had to do some real extensive Job Corps searching, which I don't feel like doing. You know, been years since I've been out of Job Corps, and I still haven't done, but I'll probably have to do that to find, bro. But yeah, we fell out of contact. But as I said, you don't know who Rondo is, guys. Go back to my beginning videos, episode 1, 2, and 3. I explained that all the way from the pilot of JC series, period. And if you can't find episode 1, chapter 1, book 1, you need to go to the very first video on this channel that I mentioned, Job Corps. I want to say LaKendra, where I got the little nursing CNA girl as the thumbnail. Click that video, go in the description, click that link. You're going to go to my weight loss / personal vlog link. That's where I talk about stuff kind of more personal about me. If you're trying to see who I am other than Adam before Eve, of course. Coda Pro Sensei, Maroon Pill creator. You know, another guy in the Manosphere, dropping gems, kicking the game, giving y'all my experience, you know, more from a truth storytelling type of vibe. That's kind of what describes me in whole. And you go to that channel, which is my personal vlog channel, which, like I said, should be in that video under the description, and you guys can access chapter 1, episode 1 through like 3 or 4. I mean, I got on there how I first, what made me from high school. My mom forced me to go to Job Corps, me getting on the Greyhound bus, me being Rondo, and all my other OTs and stuff like that, Jerome, all of them, like Kiki, Freak Ass, and her sister, Arabia, Big Titty Ass, Joy, Joynisha, D, the whole, you know, my OT class. We had a big OT class that I came in with. You know, y'all can go Cali, all of them. Y'all can go in there and check that out. And when you get to the remaining episodes that's on this channel, Adam Before Eve, it'll start to make sense. So yeah, guys, if you kind of like, well, where's chapter 1 and all that, there you go. So when y'all get to my channel, y'all will kind of see, you know, what I'm going off of. That just was a marketing strategy to kind of throw some subs over there. But anyway, guys, I'm filling out the center. I'm getting a trade. I want to say I was doing academic mostly, and then you get trade, or I want to say you do trade, then you do academic. It's one of them. I want to say it's, which one is it first? I want to say you do academic first. They put you in academic first for the first month or two. Then after you complete a certain, I want to say 50% or something, then they throw you in trade and you start working on your trade. And I want to say I got to the point, my OG status to the point where I was 50% in academics, because I didn't need that many credits. You know, usually the way JC schooling works, if you need a GED or a high school diploma, they don't start you from fucking first grade, nigga. They go off of, hopefully you dropped out of some shit in high school. They go off of whatever credits you needed then and accredit you from then. Like if you dropped out in 11th grade, you only need a few credits to graduate. You probably only need a good month of academics before you get 100% in academics. I want to say I dropped out, 10th grade? When I started having problems, and really I didn't drop out, I just kept moving. My mom was, kind of moving around a lot, and we didn't really get a chance to sit down and, my siblings and stuff, we didn't really get a chance to sit down and learn one way to do stuff, because we was going to all these different, from southern schools to more advanced northern schools, and it just was crazy. It caused me to have issues when it came to high school and graduation and stuff. And I ended up getting my diploma in Job Corps. Ended up becoming 50% in Job Corps. I got sent to my trade. Had Miss Whitlow. Shout out to that woman. Fucking Job Corps, Albany Turner Job Corps legend, Miss Whitlow. I love you. I don't know if she's still living on planet Earth. I don't know if she's still teaching office administration for Turner Job Corps, but that's an angel of a woman. Although she, she's very stern. People to know her. But I love Miss Whitlow. Miss Whitlow was my instructor. That's where I kind of, as I told you guys, Angel Eyes ended up taking that trade with me. My ex, before she ended up swapping it, because I want to say things were just heating up too much with us, and she knew it was going to be an issue between me and Chirac if she would have stayed in that trade. She ended up switching her trade, but I did do at least a month with her, which was kind of getting a bit too buddy and on some slick making up type shit. And she just went on and switched her trade. It got to the point where she was, like I said, she was dating Chirac, my nigga, and she came in sick one day. I think I already told the story in the last episode. She came in sick one day, and she was kind of giving me a look, and I asked her what's wrong, and we started talking, and I slid my chair behind her, started putting my what's her name on her back, rubbing her back, supporting her, and she would just like hold her and shit like that. And I slid closer to her. That big old fat round ass of hers was in my inner thigh. My chair was that close, basically, guys. And this bitch got a whole nigga. I slid closer. She literally told me to hold her. We was talking, and we started mentioning stuff about why we broke up and shit. And Miss Whitlow had to, hey man, what y'all got going on? And a week or two after that, she just ended up switching, because it was too, like, me being in her same trade was just too much. And who else? Who else took my trade? Did Arabia? I don't think Arabia. Did any of my OTs? Did Kiki take my trade? No, Kiki was in medical. Her freak ass. Trying to see who was in my trade. I don't think I had any Rondo. Yep, my boy Rondo. Rondo was in office administration. But other than that, I ain't had no more OTs. Had this Pookie / wannabe Giga Chad guy named Fred. We're gonna do a roll call of them. So when I start doing episodes about what happened within trade, y'all, it makes sense to y'all. So Pookie / Giga Chad, hybrid Fred, big bulky guy, Johnny Bravo built ass nigga. I just wrote the shit out of that nigga. A short bitch, let's call her Ananka. Short bitch, she was fairly, Ho was shaped like Kim Possible, you know. I won't say her ass was fat, but she just had some nice ass thighs. She was maybe like 5'3". She came from an African descent, like a real deep, full-blood African descent. I think either African or Nigerian or some shit like that. She was real sexy. I had to give her like a 7 or a secret 8. You know, it just, she dressed geeky. She dressed like the girl next door. Like, she used to wear big glasses and big bulky ass pants, but all the niggas would kind of pay attention to her like, shut up, you really try, you would be one of the bad hoes around this motherfucker. Niggas always knew that. Ananka, Renee for a little bit was in that class. Who else? Callie, and I want to say she a OT. She was an OT, so I'm misjudging. Callie was in that class. Who else? Maybe like 2-3 more females, and this one broad, real dark skinned, big booty hood hoe. She ended up coming late, like maybe months later after I was almost like 60-70% done with trade by the time she came in. But let's call her and she was actually from there, because a lot of people that attend Job Corps, guys, sometimes they be from that city, and she wasn't really staying on campus. She was just like getting dropped off every day. But she ended up coming later, you know, in the trade when I met her. Forgot that bitch name. Let's call that bitch some ghetto shit. I don't know, Naisha or some shit. They call her Naisha. Naisha, you know, bitch had a big ghetto Miss Booty ass booty, man. Like, you know who Miss Booty is? Google the shit, man. I just shorty, that ass was something crazy. She had one of those, you know, big ghetto Albany, you know, Daltrey County booties. You know what I mean? She was from out there, so I forgot what the zip code is. I think 225 or some shit. But she had one of 229. She had one of them big country South Georgia booties. You know what I mean? That shit was dumb, and we ended up having history. I ain't gonna go into detail this episode, maybe next episode, but that's my trade. And then let me see. My dorm, I started getting real comfortable with my new dorm mates. I had this one guy, another guy that was pretty good at dancing. He wasn't really a jug type of guy. He was more like a break dance, you know, Neo, Chris Brown type dancing, R&B singing. He knew how to sing too. R&B type of nigga, real short guy. He was a Giga Chad in the face to females, but he was kind of like short. That would really kill majority of his SMV with women. That would really prevented him from being like one of the top dog predator niggas on job. Cause Marcus was one of them. Marcus was probably like, no homo, I already told y'all niggas, a woman told me this. Marcus was, if not number 1 in the face, he was at least number 2 or number 3 finest dude on the whole campus out of like 1,000 niggas. Like, women used to always tell me that. I like that. And that's one of the main reasons why I ran with Marcus. I love women, you know, and I love having homeboys that love women around me when it comes to like getting on women and shit. And I knew Marcus was just like having a female on the squad when it came to, you know, having a wingman and getting on these hoes. And Marcus was that guy. He didn't even want to be that guy, but he was that guy, you know. He was really, majority of the time, real nonchalant when it came to hoes, and he wasn't really sweating them like that, and it's the reason why. Them niggas, they kind of get it like that. They don't have to sweat bras, you know what I mean? Like I said, that nigga was nonchalant with the thickest hoes, like hoes that the average dude would be like, damn, bro, what the fuck, man? You tripping, you don't want to fuck that. But he got it so good. Some niggas got it so good. Just like women be curvy niggas. He just a nigga that got it so good. Women attention and sexual assets have been so plentiful throughout this man's life that he just, the hoe that you think that's super bad, that's the duck to him. That's just how he, if the hoe don't like Paris Hilton, motherfucking that whole name, the supermodel bitch that Chris Brown kissed, Tyra Banks in her prime, nigga. Not today, but Tyra Banks in her prime, when the white folks were paying her millions to be a model back in the day when she was on 106 in Park. Bad, striking 10, Tyra Banks 10, nigga, striking 10, drop dead 10. Rihanna in her fucking prime before she had A$AP Rocky Baby. He dating hoes like that. Hoes like that is his looks match. Hoes that he actually, and he wouldn't even sweat them. He would just actually try to date them, actually try to say something to them, because to him that's just looks match woman. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's why I kind of ran with Marcus, and got used to my cellmates, which was, as I told y'all, the dancing dude. We're gonna call him Keith. And we're gonna call the other guy Mario. He was kind of like, he wasn't from Albany, but he was from somewhere out there in the South, I think Macon or some shit. He was kind of from out there. He was a South Georgia nigga. Used to always listen to Jeezy all the damn time. I was real cool with him, you know. Real OCD. He loved to keep the room just super clean, which wasn't a bad thing, you know. From time to time he'll roast niggas and shit. That shit be fun as hell. He'll smoke weed sometime in the dorm. You know, he was a cool cat. And Keith, he was, as I said, he was either dancing when he got too bored, and the guy was pretty talented, or he'll dance from time to time and shit like that. And so I had some real character ass roommates, and you know, when I got back to the dorm, you know, it was kind of lit, you know, and we'll talk about situations and other niggas dating bitches and what's going on campus. And Keith was telling me how he was kind of like eye fucking this broad that he seen on orientation, off the orientation bus. And he, you know, he was down there. He had to go to medical or some shit for something, and I think he got a band-aid or something. He had a cut on his hand. And you know, guys, like, they do orientation. If you ever been to the Albany Center, they do their orientation at a building where it's kind of like this in the center, like let's say down there, right? Like down there, like that last building in this apartment complex is where Charles Hall is. The new dorm is right there on the right. The girl dorm, which is a co-ed dorm, the top is male, the bottom is, because when you first get to Job Corps, guys, I'm gonna give y'all a breakdown how this shit is. When you first get to Job Corps, in the very front of this complex is a gate. And imagine that gate look like a fucking prison gate. Y'all know what prison look like, right? And when you first come in that gate, it's two buildings like this, set up just like this, right? And you got the medical building right here on your left. And you got, you have the OT classrooms where you choose your trade. They tell you about Job Corps, they tell you about the do's and the don'ts, the shit that gets you terminated. You know, you kind of plan out what you want to accomplish, whether you want to go to the military. Job Corps got a lot of different options, guys. If you a young dude and you fucked up in high school, definitely consider going to Job Corps. It's a good move. But you got OT class, and they teach about Job Corps. Then they got a long sidewalk, and this shit is not even explaining this shit. It's a long, maybe, imagine this shit a good mile or maybe 2 miles. You gotta walk way down. Like, I can't even, like, if you was really in Job Corps, you wouldn't be able to see it like that. It'd be like a fucking glimpse of a shadow, like miles and miles back, and you gotta walk that whole sidewalk. Cause you stay up here for like 9 weeks, and they teach you all about Job Corps and shit. And you just walk back and forth from the new people dorm, which is I forgot what they call that fucking dorm. Yeah, I forgot what they call that damn dorm. But the co-ed dorm, and the co-ed dorm is only one co-ed dorm on Albany, and that's the girls and boys dorm that everybody have the classification dorm, basically. And classification, while you in classification, you get housed in the classification dorm. In the classification dorm, like I said, after you walk that long sidewalk in Turner, the first building, let's say that building on the right there I'm looking at, is classification. Charles Hall is that last building way down, although it's kind of farther, way down, like the last one straight ahead. And the rest of the girls dorm is like on the left. And that's how Job Corps is, at least the Albany location. Shit weird like that. And you gotta walk a long ass mile or two stretch just to get up the classification, and you can kind of see the new people that's about to come in. Cause the new people that's about to come in, they not I call them the OG people, is the people that lives in the back. That's past classification. They can go off center and all that stuff. Cause you can't do shit while you're going through classification. You cannot get off center. You can't even enjoy certain rec activities and shit while you're going through classification. It's like jail, my nigga. Like, it's a lot of shit you can't do. And you gotta, after you get classified, you go into population, just like jail or prison or some shit with women. That's all Job Corps is, like jail with women, nigga. And after you do your 9 weeks, you go to the first dorm, which is the dorm I went through the bullshit with Jonisha with. Y'all can go to my vlogging channel. I told y'all how to get there, and y'all can, and I explained the situation of how I went through the little ordeal with Jonisha. And we was living in the classification dorm at the time. That's the only dorm. And you only house there, men is only housed there for like 2-3 weeks. And they really trying to get niggas out of there. Cause it's a permanent girls dorm, and it's a temporary males dorm. It just,
been rocking with
they don't be having enough
for
space.
the entirety of book one.
You know, to certain dorms.
We'll come to an end. Hope you guys enjoyed. Finna get into book 2, first chapter, spring break.
Like that's a whole men's
hope you guys enjoyed.
Men dorm.
You know, book 1 was really about the basics. A couple of characters, you know.
Only one dorm.
A couple of things I just want you guys to remember.
They kind of like.
But it's really the basics. Primary thing the book 1 was about.
But yeah, guys.
Book 2, I'm pretty sure y'all gonna probably enjoy a bit more.
This episode, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm out.